Hi guys, how y'all doing? Just waiting to see how fast we're going on live. The internet is a bit slow. Guys, I'm so happy to be with you guys today again. It is truly a pleasure. I'm sorry that I didn't get to you guys before. But you know those days when life hammer you and you just barely getting yourself out of bed. And I'm sure everybody can contest to that. And it's not easy. It's very it's very hard. But I've come to terms with myself. You know, this journey that I'm on, it's not easy. But I thank God for the journey. And new light comes to me every day. Okay, every day new ways are being shown to me. And I got my first revelation about the power of the mind. And I said, if this can happen, then surely other things can happen if you really just focus on it. Because for me, the law of attraction and asking and you shall get, knocking and the door will be open, all of those things are the same for me. And to actually foresee it, to actually see it manifest, as simple as what took place in my life, to see it manifest was the greatest thing for me ever. And so I was so elated. I was so happy that that it was a beacon of hope for me for the other things that I've asked the universe for. And it's not easy because, mind you, it's not just asking Father, give me this, because it has process. It is the law of attraction. So it's like what you want, you have to, how you behave, how you respond is what you're going to attract. But also your mind has to be in a certain mindset. Your vibe, your vibration has to be on a high frequency. So for me, it's like a self-study. And as I study all of these things, I see that it's not just asking and receiving, but it's the seeking and the way you seek and how you seek. And the knocking, that means the persistency in it, like you're persistently knocking until that door or the way is made for you. And so it's a whole mechanism behind it. And so I am still in the learning process, but because of me manifesting this small detail of my life, I am encouraged to continue. Yes, I am encouraged to continue. And so I just wanted to speak on a little of what life is, life and its, you know, bombardment, like life just continuously bombarding us. And the video is titled for my sisters. So if it's your first time on my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you guys. And my sisters is because me, on my journey, I have realized a lot of things. And one thing I realized, and I've constantly repeated, is to know thyself, because it's so important to know who you are. Because I look at other women, younger girls that struggle with this mindset of not knowing who they are and how they fall into the rat race, you could say, how they fall into the conformity of the world. And yes, they are bombarded with the way society expects them to be. They are bombarded with the way society expects them to dress and to behave and to speak and to dress and and how to even live their life and how to even subside to even being in a relationship. And it's sad because a lot of us women not having the privilege of knowledge growing up, knowledge in self-value, knowledge in knowing who you are, knowledge in and the empowerment of you as a woman, not having that, lacking that, sends us, most women, into a seek. And whatever the tell a lie tells us to behave and to be, if it's not to tell a lie, it's the religion. And whatever religion tells us and how it tells us to be, then we become and conform to that. And so now, without knowing who we really are, because we weren't taught this, the good book says, because of the lack of knowledge, my people perish. So if from the beginning, as a young woman, as a young child, a young lady, a young girl, you're not getting that knowledge on how to be your true self, then you get conformed, you get lost into the society. You get lost and then your behavior, because what I see is that the behavior of certain people, women, even me, I look at it and I'm like, this is not who you really are. If only you knew the value of yourself, if only you knew who Christ was in you, and if only you knew the power that was invested in you as a woman, men too. But men sense to know it before a woman does, because a man was more of pushed into life, and a woman was more gradually going into life because you always had the shelter of your parents or whatever, and the shelter of society of women rights. And so you weren't really prepared for what is out there personally. You think that life is like this. And when you look at the way our society is going, it is sad. It saddens me because a lot of young men and young women are, I wouldn't say lost, because you know what? Centuries ago, a woman, a person at 14, 15 would have been married with kids. But when you look at a 14 and 50-year-old centuries ago, comparing to a 14 and 15-year-old now, is totally different because the mindset is not the same. Um, those girls had the opportunity to stay in the bosom of their mother as their mother nurture them to being and preparing them to be a woman. Now here we live in a society whereas the lack of knowledge again, because if me as a woman don't know any better, don't know how to bring up this child of mine, if I don't know how to bring up this daughter in the right way, first of all, I'm already alone if I'm a single parent, I'm already alone. And then, second of all, if I don't know who I am as a person, how am I going to bring and nurture this child into a strong empowerment and a substantial woman? How am I going to do that? So now the cycle continues because now I lack of knowledge, bring up a child in a lack of knowledge, and that child goes on, bring up another child in a lack of knowledge. So now the mandate is on us as parents, as guardians, to seek out. Very important to know who you are before you even think about having a child. Before you even think about getting in a relationship with someone, because now you are a lost soul connecting with a lost soul. The Bible says, if a blind man follows a blind, or two of them will fall in a ditch. And so now we see that a lot of relationships, a lot of parent homes, houses. It's chaos. And we wonder why society is the way it is. It starts in the home. If we would just, I know we're living in a world that is so success oriented. Everyone is trying to get to the top. Everybody's trying to make this money. Everybody's trying to 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 go over this one, to be on top of this one, to have the most certificate, to have the most bachelor certificate, this and that, and all the other things. But we are forgetting the fundamental. We are forgetting our purpose. Meaning, because we don't know ourselves, we're forgetting, what am I here for? What part do I have to play in this whole mechanism, in this whole game of life? What part do I have to play? How am I playing my part? If all of us was to come to terms with who we are and our purpose, I think we would have a much better world, a much better society, and we would just be in a better space, guys. So, my sisters, I pray to you today. I encourage you. Yes, we all have made mistakes. We all have done things that we wish that we didn't do. But now it's a new day. The Bible says, if you're an enlightened, if you can see now, if you are a light, do not take your light and put it on the table. If you are a salt, do not separate yourself, but be a salt and season the whole world. Be a light and put on top of the table and light up the whole world. So if you know better, do better. Teach your sisters, your cousins, your aunts, anyone that you can come in contact with, teach them the right way. But first of all, you got to know yourself, okay? Um, and that's the hardest thing to do. And I can tell you, because my journey for knowing myself didn't start until about almost 2 years now. Can you believe it? I went about life as whatever. And now that I know myself, I have constant conflict with myself, because it could send you over the edge. And that's what they say when you're, for those who believe in the third eye, when your third eye open, if you ain't stable, you can fall, because you are now trying to fight with me, the true self, the divine, the divinity in me, that spirit of God, the breath of life, the source of life, the true me, the breath of life that gives me breath. Now I'm fighting with that and the flesh. Now, mind you, the flesh have been in this world for 30 something plus years. I've been conformed, been taught about the world, taught about the way that I should be based on my religious belief. And now it's a conflict. So you see, it's not easy to get to that place in knowing yourself. But if you were to get there, it will make you a better wife, a better mother, a better spouse, a better partner, a better person for humanity. And then where it says, if two or three will gather in my name, there I will be. And then we would probably be able to manifest, and we will see miracles, and we will see the things of the supernatural. But until then, sisters, be safe. I pray for love, peace, and harmony to you all. And for my brothers who are listening, I'm sorry that the message was mostly for my sisters, because you know what? Empowering a woman is very important, because truth be told, women are the foundation of houses. A woman can build or break a house or a home. So if they are not empowered, if they don't have the right mindset, then it becomes a problem, because a man, to me, it's sometimes are like children. So if a woman cannot put the right mindset and maneuver her house or her home, then it will crumble. So, sisters, yes, it is a very strong and high mandate that the universe has on us because we are carriers of life. Okay, so yes, it's a very high mandate, but I do encourage you, if you know the value of yourself, you know the power of God that's in you, then you would it would be a joy for you to go through this world and doing and fulfilling your purpose. I love you guys. Peace.